aka Geeks.
Hey everybody, welcome to AKA Geeks. This is Movie of the Week. This week's Movie of the Week is a Lone Wolf edition, of course. I'm only here, it's only me today. You guys, I watched Manchester by the Sea. I am still continuing my quest to watch all the Best Picture nominations, so let's jump on into this one. So this movie is starring Casey Affleck. It also has in there Kyle Chandler, Michelle Williams, and Lucas Hedges, newcomer Lucas Hedges. This movie did a really good job with its acting, apparent by 2 nominations, one for a leading role, Best Actor in a Leading Role, and one for Supporting Actor in a Leading Role for Casey Affleck and Lucas Hedges. The Oscars have passed, so we all know Casey Affleck won Best Actor. That was kind of what put me over the hump that I really wanted to see this movie this week. The movie didn't win Best Picture, and rightfully so. So throughout this film, the plot revolves around death. At first, it's only one death that it revolves around, but then you learn more as the plot, as the movie goes on, that there's more to this than it seems. There's more death in this movie than just the one person. And for where I'm at in my life, with whatever's going on in my life, it really like struck a chord within me. The story, the plot, and everything that revolving around this topic. So it was really tough to watch what was going on, especially in some of the flashbacks. They go to Kyle Chandler and the discovery of his heart disease, congenital heart failure, and those kind of scenes, those memories, and they talk about, you know, the health of him and where he's going with his health, what he can do, can't do. And so this stuff in the story was great. I really loved it. The flashbacks were awesome. They started telling you more about the characters as the movie went on. I really enjoyed it for the most part. The biggest thing was to see Casey Affleck's character grow throughout the film. He definitely had an arc, and that when the movie came to an end, at the end of this film, that arc has ended. But I still felt that there was more to his character that I wanted to see. That's one of the reasons why I felt this movie, rightfully so, didn't get the Best Picture. I felt like there was a lot of things in this film, in this story that were uncovered, that we still had to go through, that they still didn't tell us what the result was gonna be of this circumstance. There's a point in the film where I feel like they're coming to a point where they could probably start answering some questions, and they don't. And I felt like they gave you one answer, and I still felt like it almost wasn't what I wanted it to be. It is normal what that answer was, and I totally respect it, but I wanted more. The character evolution of Casey Affleck, it wasn't wide, and like he didn't start from this and do a 180, but there was some evolution to it, you know? He started to understand different things about his situation in life and where he was relative to his nephew. And the relationship between them definitely grew. Whether or not it was outwardly joyous or contentious, I learned to enjoy what they had when they were with each other. Overall, this movie has great acting. Some of the music, the soundtrack that they have in this film, definitely, it's not exactly what you would imagine with each instance, each situation in the film, but it definitely grabs you and makes you realize that something is happening. Right then and there, something is happening, it's important, and you need to pay attention because this is a moment in this film that you want to remember. But I think still the biggest thing for me that made this movie, in my eyes, not deserve the Best Picture was the feeling of when the movie ended, I still felt like there was more story to tell, and they decided not to tell me. Casey Affleck's performance in here was astonishing. Just with that performance, I felt like this movie, it carried its weight. And this movie also broke some barriers. It was the first movie ever nominated for Best Picture that was on a streaming service. So this movie definitely, broke down some walls. I definitely look forward to seeing other movies like this come out from Netflix, from Amazon, and totally like surprise us and throw us off our path and make us realize like, hey, films can come out on services like this. As long as we have a good story, good acting, good direction, they can be great movies. I really recommend this movie to everybody. Definitely, if you're looking for a really fun time though, please, take this movie with a grain of salt because this is not something that's a super joyous, laughy comedy movie. It's not. There are definitely some laughs, but you watch this film to see the performances of the actors, and I think that's what was recognized most from this film, especially when it came to the awards at the Oscars. Alright guys, so that's it for Movie of the Week this week. Remember to click the like, share, subscribe buttons down below. Leave your comments, questions, suggestions in the comment section. Let's have a great conversation about the movie Manchester by the Sea, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.
AKA Geeks.